What's up, guys? I'm Kara. I want to talk about Adderall. So, I was on Adderall for 4.5 years, and I just want to talk about how it started, why I was on it, and how I got off of it. So, I got off of it maybe 3 months ago. 3 months with nothing, no Adderall. And it's been great. It's been awesome. And yeah, I want to talk about why it all came about. So when I was 22, I realized I was gay. And I know a lot of people come out from the closet of being gay, like, oh, like, I didn't tell anyone before, and now I'm telling the world, and it's for the world to know. No, like, I realized I was gay at 22. So that was a bit of a shock. I was having all these feelings. I remember this girl sat in front of me in class, and I was like, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, well, what's going on? Like, why do I think she's so great in so many ways, I just, really like her. And I didn't get it, and I got it eventually. So I was seeing this one girl. I won't say names, but I was seeing this one girl, and she was awesome, and it was such a great experience. And I was hanging out with her fam, like doing all sorts of fun things, like just being out and happy and together, and it was great. And then she stopped talking to me, and I was heartbroken. I was like, no, the world is coming down on me. And I couldn't do anything. I was crying all the fucking time. I remember I was seeing this psychiatrist at my college that I went to, and I would go to his office and I would bawl. I would cry for the whole time. He'd be like, okay. And I asked for Adderall because I had taken it a few times before in college, maybe 10 to 20 times I'd taken it. And I knew how it made me feel. It made me feel good. It made me do work, but it made me feel good. So I wanted it. I wanted to get out of this feeling that I was feeling then. And he's like, no, let's start you on an antidepressant. So I'm like, all right. So I went on Wellbutrin, antidepressant, for a month. Went back to his office, nothing, didn't feel any different. 2 months, nothing, didn't feel any different. 3 months, nothing, didn't feel any different. Meanwhile, every time I'm going to his office, I am bawling hysterically because that was real for me. That's what I felt. He was trying to talk to me about my life, and my life felt like tears, crying every time. I was broken. I was heartbroken. So the third time going, I was going once a month. I went to his office and I had asked for Adderall. I'm like, hey, like, this isn't working for me. I want, let's try Adderall. And he's like, okay, let's try it. So he put me on a 20 milligram XR dose of Adderall. And that's how I started, and it got me out of my depression, and it was great. And I remember walking down the street for the first time in Fort Collins, Colorado. I was walking down the street where I lived, and I was like, yeah, I feel good. And that's what it did for me at the start. It was great. I got my confidence back, like, I was able to be me and be gay and be me and be cool with that. So that was the beginning. That's how I got on it. So I was able to change my dose every time I wanted to, basically, by just telling the doctor what I wanted. And this is real, guys. This happens all the fucking time. You go to the doctor and tell them, hey, this isn't working for me. This isn't doing it for me. And they'll increase your dose. And I was like, cool. Every time I wanted it increased. So I went from I remember I went from 20 milligram XR to 30 milligram XR. Then I wanted the instance, because I knew I liked the instance better than the direct release. So I went to the 20 milligram instance. And it was super fucking easy. It was super easy to change your dose whenever you wanted to. So flash forward 4 years later, maybe like 3 years later, I was starting to get anxiety. And it wasn't bad, it was just little bits of anxiety. Like, I would like feel anxious when there was nothing to be anxious about. And I would just feel super uppity and in my head, and like nothing was perfect. And I would like make these lists to do, and it would like be like, yeah, done. But after a while, it just wasn't fulfilling anymore. It wasn't doing it for me. And I was biking to work. I got a DUI. So I got a DUI in 2018. Didn't drive for 2 years, probably because of the Adderall. I was taking it 8 p.m., going out to the bar, drink on top of that. I'm gonna crash my car. So it was fine, but I was biking to work this one morning, and I get to work and I feel my heart. It's just like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, fuck, this is the worst way to start a day. Like, who would ever want to start a day like this? This isn't good. I don't want a heart attack. I don't want to die. And I knew it was the Adderall. I knew what was wrong, and I knew I needed to make a change. So I actively started to dose down. So what I did was I wrote down how much I was taking every day. I had the 20 milligram instance, the little pink ones, and they were split in half. The pill was like a half and a half. So I'd break them. I counted half as one, the other half as another one. So I'd write down how much I took every day. For months I would do this. I think I started in November, and my last time I took it ever was in July. So I started counting in November, and I wasn't stickler about it. I wasn't like, I'm gonna take 2 this day, 1 this day, 0 this day. No, I was like, I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to still be in that Adderall life where I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, because I wanted that edge. And that's what it was all about. It was about having the edge on people and on life, and that's a whole nother video. But having an edge it's an edge. It gives you that extra oomph to do whatever, to be better than everyone else. So I didn't want to limit myself as I was going off. I didn't want to say, I can't do this then, I can't have it this day. So I would just write it down and be like, oh, I took 1 this day, oh, I took 0 this day, that's awesome, I took 0. I put a big fat 0 on my calendar. And then I'd look at the month and I'd be like, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, like 2 is 1 pill. Like 2, 2, 2, 1, cool, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 0, cool. Like, I'm getting somewhere. I'm not taking it every day. And the next month it was just less. Next month it was less. Next month it was less. And I noticed as I did this that it was easier and easier to not take it. And I also noticed that when I did take it, it was more and more like a drug feeling that I had. Like I was on drugs when I would take it. Because, I wasn't supposed to be on it. I got myself on it. I got myself out of a depression on it, and it worked. It was great for the time being. But, I don't have ADHD. I would just, do what I needed to do to get that prescription. It's really fucking easy to get a prescription. And that's the bottom line of this video. Doctors will do anything to give you a fucking prescription for the fucking money. And this is America, guys. Anyway, it was easier and easier as time went on to be like, wow, Adderall feels like I'm on drugs. because previously it felt like normal. Like I couldn't go out in my day and do normal things without it. And the drug feeling, the feeling that I'm on drugs, I didn't like that. I didn't like feeling so uppity that I felt weird and extra anxious. It was like anxiety to the max after a certain point. And I was like, got to a certain point and I was like, no, I can't do this. And like, I'm done. And it was the last time I took it when I really felt so shitty that I was like, all right, no more. And I think it was after like 13 days of not taking it, and I'm like, oh, I'll take another one, you know, I'll take a little half of one to see how I feel. And I took it and I'm like, I don't like this. So then I was done. And this is from someone who loved it for years. So it is possible to get yourself off it. Tell your body what the fuck is up and to know your worth and get off it, get sober. Who wants to be stranded on an island? This is what I told myself. I want to be stranded on an island and not have your drugs and be slowly dying in the corner because you don't have your drugs. Like, no, like I want to be a fucking human. I want to get up and have a life and not be addicted to anything. And I did it. And I got off of it. And life's been great. It's been amazing to see the world sober. Like, completely sober. It's been fucking cool. So I want to make this video for all y'all out there who are like, oh, I love this drug so much. Or, oh, I need it because I'm going through some shit and I need this drug because it's giving me an edge. Like, it's gonna cause consequences for you. There's a 5-year window that you could take it. That's what they say, a 5-year window. After that, you know, you really start deteriorating. And I felt it. Didn't want to go there. So, it's possible. You just gotta man up, woman up. Be like, hey, I got this. I care about myself. And I'm gonna do this. So yeah, guys, that's my video. That's my story. Thanks for listening. Alright.